Hello, Robert Kiyosaki again, and this is in response to some of my tweets, and this is the YouTube long version. But one of the tweets I sent out there was boomers had it easy and millennials are getting screwed. And they really, I feel for millennials, man. I mean, your lives have been nightmares. I mean, you get born and then 9/11 hits, then 2008 hits, and now COVID hits. And on top of that, you have student loan debt and no jobs. I mean, you have a master's degree and you're working for Chipotle. I mean, give me a break. You know? I, I, I look at millennials and every night I take laps around the rosary beads and I burn incense and say, oh, those poor millennials. You know, while the baby boomers, we had it so effing easy, man. I mean, we came of age in the 60s and 70s, just when Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard in 71, and the economy took off. I mean, we're buying houses and flipping them and making fortunes. Stock market went up. There were jobs everywhere. So the boomers had it easy. But the sleigh ride, you know, Santa's little ho, 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 Merry, Merry Christmas for boomers is about to end because their pensions have been looted. They've been stolen by the Fed, Wall Street, and the US Treasury. So the boomers are screwed. Now, as I pray for millennials, I thought I'd just say, this is the advantage millennials have. Millennials are tech savvy and boomers are not. You know, as I said in a previous video, is that will crypto come out? Crypto US dollars? I said, yeah, but that's the way to the boomers to die because boomers don't know what their cell phone's for. You know, they don't know crypto money. So meanwhile, the advantage that millennials have is that they're 100% tech. And your biggest future is in technology, you know, not in the old stuff. So crypto will make more sense to a millennial than to a boomer. So those are the advantages, but you still have to understand, there's still the basics of money. You know, there's still debt and there's still too much debt. There's still a slowing economy. And kids with master's degrees working at Burger King or Wings or Wingstop or whatever they do today, you know. And so what happened is it was Obama's gang that screwed the millennials really big time was because for money to exist, please hear me on this, money needs to be borrowed. Money does not exist unless you borrow money. So what happened in 2008 when the subprime mortgage crashed, all these subprime boomers got taken out. So they needed more guys to borrow. So voila, the US Treasury and Obama and company say, well, these millennials need to go to college. So let's guarantee student loans for millennials. And that's when there was always student loans. But when the US government backed it saying, hey, we'll guarantee the loan, the price of education went through the roof. And these millennials come out, oh, I can borrow $50,000 to go to school. Well, then the schools, those criminal organizations like Harvard and Yale, they jack the price up. So here's this millennial borrowing, let's say $100,000 to go to college, and their college degree is not worth anything because it's obsolete anyway by the time you graduate. And then Chipotle goes on strike. I mean, you can't do anything much more than that. So the reason I tweeted that thing about boomers ripped everybody off, well, that's not really true. It's the Fed and US Treasury that did that. It was actually the World War II generation, you know, the greatest generation. Those are the guys that voted in more social programs for themselves than anybody else. The richest generation of all is really the World War II generation. You know, they have Social Security, they have Medicare and all this. Boomers don't have any of that. So you gotta look at the facts, Jack. I'm not trying to dump on the World War II generation, but they're the ones who voted socialism for them, truthfully. Just look at Social Security and Medicare. And then they punish the millennials. They have to pay for college. Boomers had free college. So anyway, even though millennials are, you still have advantages, is what I'm saying. And your advantage is the world of crypto. You know, this little baby here gives you so much of an advantage over the old guys. But you need to change your mind out of I need a job mentality to I'm going to be an entrepreneur mentality and I'm going to be a professional investor mentality. The other thing I don't get into usually, but when they dropped interest rates, investments disappeared also. You know, for the pension plan to work, you needed a 7% return. They haven't had a 7% return in years. So when Wells Fargo and the banks stopped paying dividends, boomers got screwed again. So everybody's being screwed now. The advantage is you millennials have this little baby here. That's your advantage. And you think differently. You think in the world of cyberspace. And the boomers, I don't know where they're at, but they're getting now. Anyway, that's my whole message to millennials and the boomers. Thank you.